Pesto is such a delicious combination of flavours which can be used in so many different things. It can flavour pasta and create a delicious sauce very easily, or you can use it as an amazing dip. Now today I'm going to show you how to make a nice easy pesto. It's nice and simple and it'll stay for quite some days in your refrigerator without turning brown or going a dark blacky colour. Follow along and I'll show you how I make my pesto. So I'm going to make a basil pesto, but you can use any kind of herbs and it is absolutely delicious. Try and mix it up with all different kinds of things, but today, as I said, basil and pine nuts. So very traditional, simple. I'm just going to stick with that today, but you can experiment and try whichever nuts and herbs that you'd like to. So in front of me, I have 2 cups of basil. Now, I also like to add some spinach, which feel very free to add in. So I've got probably 1 3/4 cups pesto, 1 3/4 cups basil, and then I'm going to add just that last quarter in of spinach. I've also got 1/4 cup of pine nuts. Now also feel free to toast these just lightly in the pan before you combine everything, just to add a bit more flavour. You don't have to, up to you. I've also got 1/2 cup of parmesan cheese. Now I like to use an extra sharp parmesan cheese for that extra flavour. I've also got, we'll start with 1/4 cup of oil. You kind of just want to add it in a bit at a time as it emulsifies, and you want to see exactly how it kind of turns out, but that's up to you. If you want more oil, you can add a bit more oil. I also have some pepper and salt, and of course, some garlic. So again, garlic you want to be careful with, it can be very strong. I like to start with 1 or 2 cloves and then build up to maybe 3. Again, it's completely up to personal preference, but adding raw garlic can add a very bitter and strong, almost a spicy taste. So just beware of that. But my secret here is lemon. Now this might look like a big lemon, it's off my tree. Lemon is absolutely delicious in it, but lemon will stop the pesto going that browny blacky colour that a lot of people seem to struggle with. This keeps the basil fresh, and as you can actually see, a few of these older pieces that have been sitting out for a while, a few of these bits of basil actually have already started to go dark, so they oxidize really quickly, but the lemon, or the citrus in the lemon, completely stops that process, and as I said, adds a lot of delicious flavour, but also preserves it for some time. Again, it won't last forever in your fridge. This isn't a preserving recipe, but this definitely adds a much longer lifespan to your pesto. So I'm going to begin by adding my greens, so my basil and my little bit of spinach into my food processor, and then I'm going to add in as well that 1/4 cup of pine nuts. So again, you can feel free to opt out for walnuts. Walnuts are much cheaper. Any nut that you kind of would like in this, play around with it. So I'm going to start by pulsing these just until they get nice and chopped up. Then I'm going to add in my cheese and my chopped up garlic cloves. So it's going to give this a nice pulse together. I want to kind of look for a pretty, smooth, kind of almost creamy consistency. And once it's nicely chopped in together, I'm going to add in some oil, and I'm just going to drizzle that in slowly again to find a nice consistency, one that I'm happy with. And once that's all added in, it's time to start taste testing it. You can see if you want to add some more garlic. This is a good time to add your lemon. So just do a nice squeeze of the lemon. Again, you can really add as much as you want, just taste it, just don't make it too lemony. And also you want to add some salt and pepper. Now again, those are just a taste. It's all looking nice now, it's all mixed up nicely. And here we go, we have a delicious looking pesto. As I said a bit earlier, I love to add this to some pasta, cook up some chicken, make a really delicious pasta dish, which is really simple because the pesto packs a lot of flavour. You only need to add a little bit and it's created a whole lovely sauce. And as I said before, it's just delicious with some biscuits as a dip. I even like to add it to my sandwiches. If I make a toasted sandwich, I'll add some cheese and a smear of pesto and it's delicious. Anyway, I hope you really enjoyed this video and do try out this recipe. The lemon, if you haven't tried it in your pesto before, is a game changer. I like to make big batches of this stuff. I can double, triple, quadruple the recipe and this will last. Personally, I've had it in the fridge for 2 weeks, but remember, There is cheese in there, and yeah, but the oil and the lemon do obviously help to preserve it. Just you make it and see how you go in how long you keep it. But from personal experience, I've used this up to 2 weeks. But yes, anyway, thank you for watching, and I hope you try this recipe out.